What's going on, guys? Ryan with Jedha Patrol, back with another video. Today we're going to talk about what you should expect in May from Hot Toys. Let's roll. That's right, guys, we are back. Another episode of 6 Scale News, and it's been a minute since I've done one because honestly there hasn't been a whole lot of news, and I try to make these things interesting if I can, rather than talking about the same thing 4,000 times. So here we go. I've got a couple things. We're going to talk about some third-party announcements. We're going to talk about some releases. We're also going to talk about what happened in May of 2021 and what that might look like in May of 2022 for Hot Toys in the 6 Scale world. So let's go ahead and get in this. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. I know about 40% of you have not clicked the button. It's free, and you know, it's good for your health. It's good. So let's do this. Let's get into this. A third-party company called Premier Toys, who I've never heard of, came out of nowhere and is making the Reptilian. Now, this is actually stinking cool. The Reptilian is a lizard, obviously from the Spider-Verse, and they're going to do a lizard version, and they're going to do a Doc Connors version, which we'll look at towards the end of this. This thing looks flippin' amazing, and I'm just happy somebody finally. We're getting more Spider-Man villains. We're getting more Spider villains, so that's stinking cool. Look at the head sculpt on this guy. It is crazy cool. It looks like straight out of the films, and it's not comic accurate. This is going to be like Sonyverse accurate, somewhere in that ballpark, right? It's actually pretty stinking cool. But the Reptilian here, and there's some interesting dimensions on this guy, which is going to prohibit a lot of collectors from picking this up, I think, but we'll kind of see. But the head sculpt, I think, looks fantastic. Here it is again. Here it is without the lab coat, but I think you got to display it with the lab coat. I think it just looks cool that way, and you can hide some of the joints, which it absolutely has. But the paint applications look pretty good. The head sculpt looks freaking awesome, honestly. I'm not expecting to be superposable. I'm looking at like single joint elbows here, and I'm looking at single joint knee. I'm not expecting that, and it's going to be like a quarter scale figure in height. So falling over would be a bad thing, especially with this amount of plastic. But he does look cool. Like this is why I say he needs the jacket. He needs the jacket to complete the look, but you know, I'm okay with it. Yeah, I think it looks stinking cool. I don't think there's anyone in hell Hot Toys tackles this. So a third-party company doing it is perfectly fine. So there's a photo in here that has the dimensions. He's actually 16.5 inches tall. Fully stood up as his height. 16.5 inches tall, which is stupid large. But he's supposed to be large, right? It's supposed to be. Again, the lab coat is freaking awesome. The paint applications, the head sculpt, the mouth, the teeth, the hands. He's not going to get a whole lot of accessories, and you don't really need a whole lot of accessories. But yeah, they're 42 centimeters or 16.5 inches tall. It's going to be flipping huge. Although I still think he's smaller than the third-party Kingpin from whoever it was. Toys. I think it was Toys Era. A few months back when they released like yeah. Anyways, that was ridiculous. This actually somewhat makes sense. But I'd like to know from you guys if 16.5 inches is. Will it fit in your display? Let's go with that. They are going to make a Doc Connors version, a half mutated version of this, which is actually pretty cool too. I think I don't know that I need both. I might get both. Maybe. I don't know. It looks like it's cool, but the full lizard, I don't know. I'm undecided on that one. I don't know. We'll see. But I think the full Reptilian is probably the way I would go. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Or maybe it's like maybe they have a 2-pack. I don't know. But either ways, I think it's freaking cool. We're going to get some more spider villains, and I'm happy about that. Let's move on to the next guy, which is going to be the release of the Transport Trooper. Now, everybody's asking how many you're getting. I currently have one. It should be here. Probably by the time you're watching this video, it's probably here. But I'm actually pretty excited for this. I got one. I will probably get a second one, but I'll probably, and I've been looking into this 3D printing myself a Bill Burr head sculpt to put on here. I may just end up doing that, just printing one myself and painting it, and that might be a fun video to see how terribly I can paint a head sculpt. I'm sure it will be terrible. But that's kind of where we're at with this. We're going to get a head sculpt with the chrome version of Deluxe Mando coming out soon, I hope. So that would look good on here as well. But if you just like Troopers, I think it's a cool release. It's not a super exciting release, but it's another Trooper for the collection, so I'm down with it. But if you want to get one, they've got them in stock right now, Pop Collectibles. There's a link down below if you want to pick one up. Which I've been told he's doing some Trooper sales coming up for May 4th, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, I don't know what they are, but I've been told there's something. And then we've got an announcement of ELECTRO, which I just did a full figure preview of photos at Secret Base of this actual figure versus the blogger photos. You want to check that out, put a link up here for you guys. It looks cool. I will definitely be getting it because obviously it's a Spider-Verse villain. It's Jamie Foxx. Looks stinking cool. So definitely check that out if you want to see more detail on that. But that's an announcement that happened. So also announced for whatever reason out of nowhere, Kate Bishop from Hawkeye. Like when I first saw this, I gotta be honest with you guys. When I first saw this, I forgot that she had, a cut on her chin, and I thought it was like a piece of styrofoam. You know, you unbox stuff and there's styrofoam and like stuff just static clings. I thought that's what that was. It turns out it's not that. It's actually a bandage, which is, I'm not sure how I'll feel about that. I know it's like screen accurate, but I kind of would like it without that. I don't know. That's my thought. Regardless, I think the head sculpt looks good. Sculpted hair, not rooted hair, thankfully. And the suit looks fantastic. It looks like it's going to be posable. The head, look at it, man. That looks good. It really does look good. I like this one a lot. And this is a great pose. If you have a Hawkeye, just a Ronin figure, Hawkeye, this is a fantastic pose, and you can absolutely pull this off, and I kind of dig it. So well done to whoever posed this particular one. I will definitely be getting this as well. And hopefully, and one of the photos they had Hawkeye, like as in like his arm or something in the photos, maybe, but why are they waiting so long to show us I don't understand. Whatever, is what it is. But here you go. You're going to get some arrows, you're going to get a quiver, you're going to get a bow, you're going to get a stand, and you get some hands, and you get a pretty cool head sculpt, I think. So I'm excited for that. Another female to add to the display is always a good thing. And then Hot Toys goes in a moment of brilliance. They make this post that it's been 3 years. Look at this. Let's make this. It's been 3 years since the epic Avengers Endgame was released. And then they post this photo. And as if it's like some momentous occasion, it's been 3 years. We're going to remember back, forgetting that it's been 3 years and they still haven't released Loki from this movie. So my question is, who actually wants the figure now? It's been 3 years. We're moving on. We're past that. Hot Toys has a big problem with releasing figures years and years, past their prime, I guess, if you will, or relevance. Let's put relevance being that. But even here, we got a giant man in this photo. It makes no sense. It makes no sense why even bother with this post. That was just stupid. They could have given us a reissue of Black Panther. That would have been fantastic. That would have been pretty cool. But no, we're gonna just share this and just remind you that it's been 3 years and we still have no Loki. I think that's the stupidest thing Hot Toys has done in the last minute. But then after that, they go and announce these guys are coming. It's like a soft announcement, I guess, if you will, from Hot Toys, in which they're going to give us a Toby and an Andrew Spider figure. I'm getting them. I'm excited. Let's rock and roll. I'm ready to do this. But don't wait 8 weeks or 8 months or 2 years or whatever it is to actually show us the figures and then say, hey, look, here they are. And you're going to wait 18 more months before you get them. Don't do that. Let's just go ahead and get the figures. Why not? Why just show us the figures? But at least they're coming, which means that those who are overpaying in the secondary market for older figures, stop doing that. Just stop. Just stop. Stop. Just hold off. They're going to make them. I don't think they could tease a Spider-Man figure and not make it like they can Star Wars figures and then not make those. Like, I'm looking at you, Padme. So there's that. All right, so let's get into what happened. Well, let's see. Before we get into that, let's look at a photo they showed us. So this says upcoming releases. Once a year, Hot Toys goes, hey, that communication line we've got with our customers, we should probably tell them something. Like a once a year. So here it is, upcoming releases. This is all the figures. It says upcoming. Now, we don't know when. They said over the summer, but we all know that don't mean a damn thing. But here we go. We've got the Transport Trooper was been released. We got Moff Gideon in the background. We got Jango in the background. We got Anakin on the stap. We got our classic Iron Man. We've got the Mark V Iron Man. We got Miles Morales, 2 versions, the Spider-Verse version and the Bodega catsuit. We got an artist rendering of a Venom, which is strange. Taskmaster, DX-19, Tumbler, and Snow Speeder Luke. So all of those are they're saying over the summer, those are going to be released. Now, I think that's going to be more like over the year, those are going to be released, because let's look at what happened in 2021. Okay, so I want to look at May specifically of 2021. Let's look at that. So I have the book. You guys haven't seen this book in a while, but I do have it. And I have some notes in here. And I want to take a look at what happened in May of 2021 and maybe get some thoughts on what might happen in May of 2022. All right. So announced on May 3rd, actually released. Let's go with the released. I'll go with the released figures in May, and then we'll get to the announcements. So in May, there were 2 figures released. 2 of 2021. Now we had pandemic stuff, which to be fair, they have lockdowns and stuff overseas. So there's a thing which will definitely affect this. But in May 10th of 2021, we got Rey, which is the best Rey figure that has been released, and it is a solid release. But that was May 10th, and then on May 21st, the only other release of May was Antioch Spider, which is still in stock. Rey sold out, long sold out, and then Antioch Spider is probably still available at a deep discount, which is kind of sad because it's a really good figure. But those are the only 2 figures released in the month of May. Now, I don't know what's going to happen this May, but I could see that being a thing as well, where we'll get 2, maybe 3 releases. That's just what happened. I like looking backwards to see what happened then, kind of forecast what's going to be happening upcoming. So if I go back, which one of these might they be releasing in May of 2022? Now with Transport Trooper, that's April, so that doesn't really count. DX-19 happened. Tumbler happened. So which ones haven't happened on here that we would like to see? I think Anakin on the stap would be a good release. Jango by far would be an epic release. But any of these honestly could happen. The Taskmaster, I don't really care when that figure comes. Snow Speeder Luke, I would love to have. But, it could happen. Who knows? I don't know what their release schedule is, but I would like to see Anakin on the stap. I think that would be cool. And I'd like to see Jango. Those would probably be my top ones. In the Star Wars universe, on the Marvel universe, I want to see Miles from Spider-Verse. What do you guys want to see? Is there a particular order you want to see? Let me know. But Spider-Verse Miles would definitely be up there as well. But so those were the release figures. There was only 2. However, there were 7 announced figures in May of 2021. So on May 3rd, they announced Echo, which I thought was kind of interesting. So Bad Batch, which they still have not finished the set. Still haven't finished the set. I don't know what the heck they're waiting on. Now, Echo, and then we got a Stormtrooper Commander. Yeah, on May 3rd. And then we got a Grogu set, which honestly I would have thought would have been released by now because this looks super simple to produce, but they haven't released it. So that's what happened on May 3rd. And then on May 4th, we got the Blurg, and we got Mando on the Blurg. Not Quill. We got the Blurg. We got Mando on the Blurg, which was their reissue of the OG Durasteel Mando, that was an interesting move. We got the announcement of the Tony Stark suit up, the Mark V suit up version. That happened. And that was on May 12th. Yep, that was May 12th. And then on May 20th, we got an Artillery Trooper announcement. That was interesting. And then on May 27th, we got the Miles Morales Bodega catsuit. So those were the 2 released figures in 2021 and 7 announced figures. So if we back up and we kind of go to what figures are going to be released, again, all of these are fine. I'm just not super hyped about Taskmaster, or I'm certainly not getting the artist mix Venom. That's definitely not happening. But there's a lot of Star Wars on that shelf, and I would like to see some of those as well. Ahsoka was announced in April. The Rosario Dawson version was announced in April, so that wasn't even a Star Wars announcement. So May 4th announcements, what could they possibly do? Could we see, I mean, we got Bespin Luke here recently, so that's the thing. Could we see a Bespin Han? I would love to see that, a Bespin Han. I would love to see a C-3PO. That would be an epic one. Or for the love of God, finish the Bad Batch set. So we can actually, people who don't want, you know, a third of the set would like to complete the whole team. Bad Batch would be a good thing. Or we're going to get more clones. I could see some more clones. I could see that. I could definitely see some more clones, especially with the announcement or at the end of May with the Kenobi series kicking off, which I will be taking a day off to watch the Kenobi series. They're dropping episode 1 and 2 on the same day, so that's going to be kind of interesting. But we're going to see another Grogu set. We're going to see, you know, who knows, man. I would like to see some clones. I think that would be cool. I'd love to see Padme. So much. There's so much opportunity out there, but based on what they did last year, I mean, they didn't really blow us away with anything last year. Look at these announcements. We had Echo, which was cool. That was hot off the heels of Bad Batch. We had a Stormtrooper, okay, with a pauldron, fine. We got a Grogu set, which I don't think anybody really wanted. And we got a Blurg. Those are not in the realm of announcements for May 4th. Those aren't like mind-blowing announcements where everybody goes break the internet situation. That happened weeks before in April with Rosario Dawson and Ahsoka. So they kind of just like fizzled out and there wasn't a whole lot going on. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen. But it may be the same thing this year where they announced Luke, the Bespin Luke, the DX figure, win advance, and then May 4th rolls around and it's just kind of like we're going to get, you know, another variant of something, right? Maybe we get another Stormtrooper. If we get a named Clone Trooper, that would be, I mean, if we got Echo and 5s, I mean, we're getting a Jesse, right? So if we got an Echo and 5s, ARC Troopers, like that would be internet breaking. That would be pretty sick. To go with, that it would be Clone Wars Season 7 though. They're sticking with the Clone Wars Season 7. So much pop. I don't know. It's very interesting. What are your thoughts? What do you want to see on May 4th, that week? I would not shoot for the moon. I know everybody, every week, everybody wants Mace Windu. I get it. I'm with you. But I just don't think they're going to, based on what they've done, I think they're going to drop the ball again. I hope I'm wrong. But that's what I see happening. So 2 or 3 figures released in May with a whole bunch of announcements. That's what happened last year. I think that's what's going to happen this year. If you like more stuff like this and want to take a deep dive into other announcements and reviews and that kind of stuff, definitely subscribe to the channel. Upcoming video, my top 5 Spider-Man figures. If you want to check that out, coming soon. Stay tuned to the channel for that. And if you haven't already checked out Pop Collectibles, they got all kinds of day one pre-orders and shipping and all kinds of stuff like that. And they have a sale coming up on Troopers very soon, so stay tuned for that. And check out the Facebook group, Jedha's Patrol on Facebook right now. As always, cut what you like. See you next time.